Well, tonight we honor a borderland legend. Richard Ochoa was one of the best running backs to suit up for the Texas Longhorns. Originally from Laredo, after his playing career, he called El Paso home for the rest of his life. In fact, he was inducted into the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame in 1993. Now, Ochoa died last week at the age of 90. I got a chance to speak with those who knew him best, including his wife of 68 years.
Billy Quinn outside the right end. Here's the ball now, and the handoff goes to Dick Ochoa up the middle and moves inside the 5-yard line.
That's when he became a hero, and I didn't even know he was going to do that. I liked him without even the uniform.
For Marilyn Ochoa, there was much more to her husband Richard than just football. A kind-hearted man who loved to dance.
It just developed because Richard's such a sweet person, genuine person, and he just fit right in, and they chose him as a captain. He was the most valuable player. I mean, he couldn't have gotten any more accolades while he was there. So it was fun. It was a wonderful time in our lives.
The year was 1953, the Cotton Bowl, Texas taking on Tennessee. The Volunteers, known for their strong defense, just got shredded by Ochoa, who rushed for 108 yards on 26 carries. The Longhorns would go on to win in a shutout, 16-0. Ochoa was named MVP of that game. The game ball still sits in the Ochoa's living room. At the time, Ochoa was just the second Hispanic player to play at Texas, and that came with its own challenges outside of the locker room.
He loved what he did, and he was so accepted by all those players. I was so thankful for that because there was a lot of prejudice then.
When former ABC7 reporter Darren Hunt interviewed Ochoa in 2017, Ochoa talked about one incident in which he was denied entry into a party to celebrate the Cotton Bowl victory.
And when I got up there, they asked me, "What's your name?" I said, "Richard Ochoa." He said, "What? Richard Ochoa." "I'm sorry, Mr. Ochoa, you're not on the list. You can't go in." I told my roommate, Gib Dawson, I said, "Go ahead and go in and have fun. I'll walk back to the dorm."
Darren remained a close family friend of the Ochoas and always felt the need to share Ochoa's story.
You would have never known that he played football at UT except for, well, Mrs. Ochoa was a great publicist for him, but he didn't bring those things up. It took my father-in-law telling me that he played at UT, and then, I got interested, looked him up.
In 2000, Ochoa was inducted into the University of Texas Hall of Honor. Marilyn recalls asking her husband about his speech.
And on the way down there on the flight, I said, can I see your speech? Can I see what you're going to say? And he said, "Oh, I don't have it written down." I said, "You don't have it written down?" Of course, I started worrying. But he has that ability to just speak to people real honestly, and he comes off well.
An honest man who adored his wife and family. A love and bond that can be summed up by their favorite chant.
That, hook 'em horns.
Hook 'em horns, indeed.